Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I go by the name of Big Dave. This is Wrestling Montage Media. Hope you all are doing well. If this is your first time here, please consider liking and subscribing. We do reaction videos, wrestling podcasts, custom interest videos, and I'm thinking about throwing a few interviews in there. We'll see. I'm gonna reach out to some people that I know in the business, but right now we're gonna get into the news via WrestleMania. The original video will be in the description, guys. Let's go.
As always, we start off with the good as number one, a brilliant build for Elimination Chamber. A Raw had it all for building up Elimination Chamber with in-ring promos, interviews and hype videos promoting the show. While CM Punk and Logan Paul's in-ring interaction was as formulaic as it gets, both men made it work. And
yeah, they definitely made it work. I was listening to it this morning, and Punk was just being very genuine, it seemed, with everything, and plus with how Logan is, how cocky he can be. It was a great interaction. I loved it, and hopefully maybe they can have a match one-on-one down the line. I really like that.
Made it work extremely well. Likewise with Sami Zayn telling fans that his match with Kevin Owens would reach even greater heights of brutality than...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much further they can go with that. I mean, they've had some brutal matches back in the day, but hopefully, because a friend of mine on the podcast, he sent me a clip of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They had matches in ROH back in the day, and I really didn't watch a lot of Ring of Honor back then, but you know, seeing those highlights, man, they used to kick ass. So hopefully they can harken back to some of them days, them times, because they was really getting it in.
Their many past battles. Number two, keeping Jay's heat. Last night's booking of Jey Uso shows how to build interest into our WrestleMania match that is still 7 weeks away and gives fans time to interact with Jey Uso without main event Jay even wrestling.
Yeah, you gotta do that. He can't be wrestling every single week. Just like he did on Raw, he just did a run in, and that was perfect. Just for him to stay in the spotlight and just stay on the show. Just to have something to do, keep things fresh with Gunther. I kind of like what they did with him facing Akira Tozawa, those different hope spots that Akira was actually going to beat Gunther into WrestleMania. We all knew that wasn't going to happen, but, and then Jay coming out after that. That was really cool.
Jay's interaction with A-Town Down Under, where Austin Theory joined Jay in a yeet, was funny, and then...
Okay, I didn't see that part. Okay.
Another sign that Theory is turning babyface very soon. Number three, strong Dakota Kai.
But yeah, hopefully it is coming soon. The Theory babyface push. In the beginning, he was a heel right off the bat, I believe, and Vince McMahon pushed him to the moon with the Money in the Bank. I believe he was either U.S. champion or I think he was U.S. champion. So with a babyface push, turning on Grayson. Or Grayson turning on him. Maybe it'd be better for if Grayson turned on Austin Theory, because I think that would make for the better, heel babyface dynamic whenever they have a match. It's just like how Kofi and Xavier turned on Big E, and of course when Big E come back, which somehow I think they're going to have a match at WrestleMania. They build into it. I really think that Big E isn't as injured. Because they wouldn't have did that spot if he didn't think that there was any hope that he would come back. So hopefully Big E will be back. I mean, I know this isn't what this is, but it's the same dynamic.
Versus Lara Valkyria match. A Dakota Kai versus Lara Valkyria shows how much potential there is to tap with WWE's secondary titles for its women's championship. Lara and Kai put on an entertaining match that seemed more special thanks to the title being at stake.
Yeah, I agree. I only watched half the match, but I mean they can go. I mean, Lara Valkyria. I'll be watching Dakota Kai since NXT. Very great performers, great lady wrestlers, and they definitely brought it to the dance for sure.
Number four, good hype for next week's Raw. How is WWE concerned with the decreasing global views for Raw on Netflix? While it might be too early to tell whether the ratings decline is cause for concern, it's wise for WWE to hype the next week's show to let fans know that the
This moment was funny. Braun Breaker just was growling and on his all fours like a dog, and it was a good little moment. I liked it.
Brand is must-see television. Number five, Seth and Cody promo sizzler.
Yes, they did. Yes, it did. It was great.
A Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes exchange put everything in perspective.
It was so good. It was so rich story, where they harken back to last year at WrestleMania, and how he was telling Cody, like, hey, I teamed with you last year. Don't let what I sacrificed, with the decision that The Rock wants you to make now. We teamed together last year against these guys, and I helped you get the title. Now he wants you to join him and be his champion. The championship I helped you win. He wants you now to be with him with that same title that you took from him and his family. Hell no.
Question why Cody would even entertain The Rock's offer to join him. At the same time, Cody made some good points, calling out Seth for being judgmental and hinting that Rollins sold his soul a long time ago when he betrayed the Shield.
Yeah, definitely with the authority and that whole thing. When Seth was coming into his own, but that was a different time when Seth was really putting himself on the map to be his own man, his own person, developing himself. So it was really some good points back and forth.
The tension was intense and not only built up anticipation for Rhodes' decision at Elimination Chamber, it developed the complexities driving Rollins' heelish behavior towards CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Number 6, Breakker and Balor Showdown. Last night's Braun Breaker vs Dominic Mysterio bout was the slaughter everyone expected, but the match's purpose was the post-match confrontation between Breakker.
Right, it definitely wasn't about the match, because you're not going to get I'm not saying the Dom isn't good in the ring, but you're not going to get a 5-star or anything really compelling in a Dominic Mysterio match. I'm sorry.
And Judgment Day member Finn Balor. Breakker vs Balor has the potential to create a WrestleMania moment, especially if Finn competes as the Demon. So
I don't think the Demon's coming back. He need a really good reason. Like, say if the Judgment Day went up against like the Wyatt Six, that would make sense.
Something that WWE has just been hinting at on Raw, with showing the Demon symbol in the.
Look at that. All right, I see. All right. But does he need that for Braun Breaker though? Because I remember back in NXT, he would break it out for, when he was competing for the NXT Championship, he would only bring out the Demon for big matches. So yeah, maybe.
Background.
Yeah, because last week it looked like Breaker might be. I'm getting that confused with AJ Styles. It still may be AJ Styles versus Braun with Ludwig Kaiser, or. Yeah, it's a lot.
Many times. Balor can't match Breaker's power, but his ruthlessness and experience could make this a great rivalry. They could even add AJ Styles into the mix, and it would be even more phenomenal. I just say let WWE just go all out and put Styles, Penta, and Finn Balor and Breaker into our Fatal 4-Way ladder match at WrestleMania.
Hey, I like it. But it's looking like with the different crossovers, it could be so many different multi-man matches at WrestleMania. And that's, because, you want as many people on the card. Everybody wants to participate and be on the card, of course. I'm old school. Back in the day, my day. Well, today is still my day, but back then, it was about who deserved to be on the card. Not that everybody shouldn't be, but it depends on what you do throughout the year. But what you do is how they book you. But I guess it's based off performance and how over you are with that storyline. So with the 4 gentlemen, that would be fantastic.
7, Ludwig Kaiser wants it all. Ludwig cut an emotional promo that showed amazing attitude and that he's more.
He really did. I think this is his breakout year. He just did an interview with Chris Van Vliet, and it was fantastic to really get to actually hear his voice, where he's where he's from. Talk about his beginnings, how he started out. Of course, his father was a wrestler, and just how him and Tiffany met. It was pretty cool.
Than just a wrestling machine. While it's too early to tell whether this will translate into a sustained push, the promo and win last night's triple threat against Pete Dunne and Penta are a good start. And new. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
And I think this is going to definitely lead to a breakup of some sort between Bianca and Naomi, and then we really going to find out who attacked Jade, and let's just lead to that, because we only 50 days from WrestleMania. 50 days equates to 6-7 weeks, so that would be perfect timing for Jade to come back and for them to get that whole thing going with those 3 women.
What a chaotic match, as this match was fun.
It was really good. It was really fun. A good back and forth, a lot of false finishes, really kept the crowd on their toes, really didn't know where it was going to go.
And full of near falls. We just gotta say, Liv Morgan does that code breaker just phenomenally well, and all 4 women killed it in the ring last night, and it was a fantastic main event. It's crazy to think that, counting NXT, Raquel is now a 6-time Women's Tag Team Champion.
Oh, wow.
But that was a good, what about the bad, as awful officiating. Now, we're not talking about the NFL's notoriously bad officiating, but the call during the...
We can call that from last week with the referee in the Seth and Finn match was big botch. Let's see what we're talking about here.
Women's tag title match, where Dominic Mysterio blatantly placed Liv Morgan's leg on the rope during a pinfall attempt. While Dirty Dom's cheating is nothing new, he did it right in front of the referee, who no-sold the interference. Now, part of the problem was that Dom initially failed to get Liv's leg on the rope, which made the move more clunky. Nonetheless, it kinda came off terrible. There was nothing downright ugly last night, as Raw was one of the best episodes since the show's debut on Netflix, with the WWE providing a proper build for Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, it's about that time. It's WrestleMania season. We gotta pick it up. We gotta go full throttle.
And next week's Raw. What'd you guys think of the red brand last night?
Yeah, and plus, this is the go home Raw for the Chamber, so yeah, we gotta build the suspense, the anticipation.
Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news.
All right, that was Raw. Here comes some wrestling news.
Now, first we looks up more rumors of Vince McMahon launching his own wrestling
This is fucking ridiculous.
promotion. At top of today's news are rumors of Vince McMahon's reported efforts to build an entertainment company, maybe the start of a wrestling promotion, and one that may work with Fox Entertainment. Let's look at some excerpts from a conversation between podcaster Conrad Thompson and Eric Bischoff on Bischoff's 83 Weeks podcast. You mentioned earlier there's been lots of speculation, lots of rumor and innuendo about Vince McMahon starting a company. I don't know what's real and what's not, but allegedly Vince McMahon's people have made contact with people who've experienced shooting wrestling, maybe cameramen. And allegedly, I don't know if this is real or not, but the rumor mill, the whispers say perhaps Fox is holding a spot. Wow, and I think to myself, that doesn't sound real. Thompson pointed out that the idea of Fox working with Vince on a wrestling project seems unlikely since Fox opted not to continue airing SmackDown. Nonetheless, the rumors of Vince hiring crews with wrestling experience and Vince's appearance at the Super Bowl, which aired on Fox, caught Thompson's attention. Eric Bischoff weighed in on things, saying, "I've heard some different things, and maybe I've even remembered to share with you another big, or I remember to share it, but yeah, little bits and pieces, comments here or there, that kind of make you go, Bischoff said that while there's reasons to speculate, he doesn't see it happening because while he can envision Vince taking another go at a wrestling company, he's uncertain if Fox would be interested in wrestling again. Nonetheless, Bischoff does think it might happen with Fox as a business partner that owns a piece of the new promotion. What do you guys think? Is this Vince's latest comeback into the wrestling world? Let us know in the comments.
No, I'll let you know right now. Hell no. This is horrible. He needs to stay away completely from the... I understand this is his life, has been his life for the last 40 years, as far as when he was actually head of WWE. He got the company from his father. His father, ran it. He's a wrestler promoter, the most successful wrestler promoter. But he will start one, but he nearly in his 80s. How much time will he have to really build this thing? Probably the next 5 years, but it's really hard to say. Personally, I don't want anything to do with Vince McMahon anymore in any way. The allegations are they're just too egregious. A lot of people, they're giving him the benefit of the doubt. You're guilty until proven innocent, but I believe with all the power he had and who he is, he did some of that shit. I don't care.
Next up, WWE unhappy with The Rock. Now, even though WWE could be happy at the fact that The Rock managed to draw SmackDown's best ratings since September, some people backstage in WWE are actually reportedly unhappy about The Rock's return and how the game plan has completely changed. Now, the Wrestling Observer Radio reports that I know that there's definitely people not happy with the way that they had the game plan, and the game plan completely changed this last week, but it's probably only changing for a couple of people. I guess we'll find out this Saturday if they change from Cody versus Cena, and I don't know where The Rock fits in. Now, honestly, I don't think there even was a game plan with this situation. The Rock may have just thought one day, I'm coming back, I'll bring up the ratings, and that's it, we'll handle it from there. What do you guys think? Next.
Man, Dave LaGreca made some good points on Busted Open, saying how when The Rock came back, and then immediately afterwards they had the press conference, and The Rock was mentioning how him and Cody had tequila, and how they were proud of how the segment went off, and it was great, and they had a good time, and it's like they're continuing with. I mean, of course, we know they're friends, but immediately after the impact of all that, with the whole selling your soul thing, and and the fans were intrigued, we're trying to figure it out. But then you say, oh, we're happy about it. The segment went great, and this and that. It kind of did take the wind out of it just a little bit. We still curious to see what's going to happen Sunday night. But yeah, The Rock. People are upset that he is. They have a game plan. They changed the game plan. I mean, what don't we know that they changed? I mean, was there something that was in place, and then we were going this way, now we're going this way? They normally have stuff. It's just like how last year when they showed the documentary of the WrestleMania leading up to WrestleMania, how they had to make those changes in the plans. Triple H was saying how they had stuff planned out 8 months out. I don't see things changing this year from the way they had to change it up last year. That's for damn sure. I know for a fact for where they're going now. It's too. I mean, you could call audibles. It's pro wrestling, right? But no, right here it's too interesting. It's too intriguing to really veer away from where they're headed now. So I don't know what changed, but what they're doing, I think is fantastic.
Up dissatisfaction in WWE. Now it seems that WWE staffers are losing faith in WWE regarding how they've been treated. According to WrestleNomics, there's growing frustration and dissatisfaction amongst WWE staffers, saying, as WWE continues to post record financial results following its merger into TKO, employees say that they're seeing cutbacks in benefits and fewer promotions than expected. Multiple current WWE employees speaking under the condition of anonymity described to WrestleNomics a decline in moral tide to reduce benefits, limited pay increases, and heavier workloads as the company integrates with UFC. The report pointed out that while WWE is quick to pat itself on the back for providing a great workplace, that's not the impression some employees have. One source spotted TKO's decision to end WWE staff as being able to purchase WWE stock at a 15% discount. Now, the reports of CEO of TK Group Holdings, Ari Emanuel, now reaching billionaire status, must have rubbed a lot of people the wrong way backstage. And given TKO's focus on squeezing a dime out of everything in sight, this story is easy to believe. Next up.
I only care about what the stories are, what happens on TV. I'm not really for go speak of stuff as far as the business goes that I don't really know nothing about. I mean, if it ain't about the superstars and the storylines or whatever or whatnot, and that I'm staying away from that one.
Is Sami Zayn staying with WWE? As Sami Zayn has enjoyed a career resurgence following his incredibly well-received storyline where he joined the Bloodline as an honorary Uso, and things haven't slowed down for him. However, is that enough to keep Sami in WWE when his current deal expires? Zayn chatted with Fightful about the situation, hinting that I'm usually kind of private about that contract stuff. I don't think I'm going to go anywhere. I've got a good thing going here in WWE, and I see it continuing for the foreseeable future.
100%. I mean, the only place I can see him is going to WWE TNA, just popping up there for whatever, but definitely not AEW. No. Stay put, please. I remember the rumors that Kevin Owens was leaving, I would say 4 or 5 years ago, and I was all for it for the AEW at the time. I don't think anybody should go to the AEW right now, period.
Next up, Carmella breaks silence on a WWE exit. What does Carmella have to say following a recent departure from WWE? Carmella is no longer with WWE following the promotion's decision not to renew her contract, and she recently reached out to fans via Instagram.
Some news broke last week, and I just wanted to let you know that I seen all of your texts and tweets and messages and DMs, and oh my god, you guys are just the best, and I'm so grateful for you and everything that you've been saying about Carmella and my career, and I'm so blessed, so thank you.
And while Carmella didn't discuss the particulars of her situation, she promised that answers are coming very soon.
And I know there's a lot of questions and uncertainty around everything. I will be going on a podcast later this week, answering some of those questions.
Chris Van Vliet, hopefully.
and telling my side because I have a lot to say about the situation.
Now hopefully Carmella will give an answer as to why she's not continuing on with WWE anymore. Next up, will Bianca's loss become her gain? Now Bianca Belair and Naomi are no longer tag team champions, but some fans think that this is a blessing in disguise as it now allows Belair to win Saturday's Elimination Chamber and challenge Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Okay. Next up, Tegan Nox claims...
No, I didn't think about that, but run that, yeah. Bianca versus Rhea Ripley at Mania, for sure.
Claims Becky Lynch fought for her. Tegan Nox has gone from WWE, but the talented superstar is letting fans know that she had a heavy hitter backing her up during her time in WWE. Nox recently spoke with Metro, revealing, "I think it was a case of Becky wanted to work with me, so I did. I was hoping it would go somewhere. I was hoping people would go, oh, she can actually wrestle. Like, let's give her something." Nox explained why she believes this never happened though. But there's so many people in that company that it's hard to get on your feet and running unless something insane happens. I just don't think it was my time. Tegan's struggle is a reminder of how challenging it is for undercard talent to break out on such a large roster in the company. Next up, NXT Stand and Deliver coming to New Orleans. Now NXT is joining the main roster in New Orleans next year as WWE brings WrestleMania 42 to New Orleans. WWE issued a press release about 2026's WrestleMania as well as details on another show, that being NXT Stand and Deliver. In addition to the two-night stadium event in 2026, WWE will bring Raw, SmackDown, NXT Stand and Deliver, WWE World and the 2026 Hall of Fame ceremony to New Orleans, as well as a variety of community outreach events.
Ain't that what they do every year? They've been doing that. What's the announcement for? They do Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Hall of Fame, WrestleMania. Yeah.
Finally, sad news as The Rock mourns a loss. Now, Dwayne Johnson is mourning the passing of his beloved animal companion Hobbs. The Rock posted a news on Instagram saying, "We're so grateful for every ounce of pure love he gave our entire family, and we're so grateful he didn't suffer long as he quietly and bravely left in the night. Lately, there's been a lot that's too big to talk about. Lonesome, lonely, heard it's all the same." The Rock's French bulldog appeared with him in the film Hobbs and Shaw, and the final boss told fans, "Not sure how spirits work, but come back and visit every once in a while so we can get in trouble and laugh again." Now, we're sending our condolences to The Rock and his family as they deal with the loss of their beloved Hobbs. I
have animals too. I have 2 bunny rabbits. And growing up, I always had pets. And it could be a tough thing. I mean, the longer you have them, the more they become a part of your family, and they pass away. It's like a family member. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Again, if you're new here, if you watch the whole video, appreciate you for watching this long. Be sure to like and subscribe.